portion of today's show is brought to you by Gary Riggs Homes.
So we all know that heading to the lake is a great getaway from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. So how do you bring the comforts of home to your second sanctuary? Gary Riggs from Gary Riggs Home is here to share some ideas. Good morning.
Hello.
I love the ideas that you've been sharing so far in your segments, just about how to make your living space a reflection of you and comfortable.
Well, thanks. I think that that's what becomes important, is if you have the things that you love and surround yourself with them, and if all that's incorporated into achieving an aesthetic, that's when it starts feeling homey and where you get a feeling.
And if you have a second home or you have a little cabin or something, then it gets really fun, because then you can really take some of your treasures and some of your things that you've collected over the years and kind of make a statement in a second home.
Well, and that's exactly what happened in the place that we're going to show you today. It's just been a couple of weeks ago that we did this, but I've got clients that we had helped them with their home a couple of years ago, and
so this is before, and
this is a before shot.
Pretty
and
empty.
They purchased this lake house, and it was furnished, and it has some great stuff in it, but it just didn't feel like home. And she was like, "Oh, I don't feel like going there because I want it to feel like the house." And so. So what we did is we went in, like in this area, and this is a secondary eating area, but it's also an area to kind of gather because it's right in the window and you've got all the view and everything. So we put the longer table, and then we've got the mismatched chairs that just made it a little bit more interesting and a little bit more fun.
A little more eclectic. I love the use of the big mirror, especially by the window. It sort of reflects more light.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do like that too. But the thing that was great about this house is that there was a lot of really cool things in it, and it was like they just weren't presented in the best way. Some big antique pieces, and then there was all these antique rugs that the people that had had it before had gotten, and there's beautiful rugs, but there were holes worn in them and stuff like that. So
how do you take care of something like that? You just replace them?
Well, what we did was I repurposed all the rugs. We used every one of them, but some of them I put in other areas, and then I'd lay another rug over the top of the larger one,
like an animal skin or something
that would cover up the holes or the really worn places or something. So and it was able to add in color and do stuff like that. And then the other trick is that we used some of them. We hung them on the walls and made them interesting wall hangings so that you can take the spaces that are maybe kind of cold or huge space and you don't know what to so we hung some of these rugs on the walls.
Yeah, I've seen homes like that I've lived in them before where you've got this huge wall, this like floor to ceiling space, and you really don't know what to hang there because there's nothing big enough, but taking a rug and repurposing it that way is a great idea.
Yeah, and so we were able to do that, and we added a lot of other things too.
So this is the bedroom before.
This was a guest bedroom, and this was before, and so the bed was kind of crammed into this little alcove, and then there was really no way to do seating. And so what we did is we pulled the bed out and moved it over, and then we were able to put a small sofa in and be able to have more seating, and then we did a lot of more color. And you can see one of the big rugs hanging on the wall there behind the painting.
Right, it's beautiful.
And then
so you did the rug, and then you layered the painting on top of it.
And then layer the painting on top. So you can have smaller things and use them with larger things, and so then you're able to use them.
I love the idea of doing that on a wall, because I've seen that done like on a mantle or a shelf before, where you'll do one big picture and then another one next to it and just sort of layer. But to do that on a wall, what a great idea.
Yeah.
And start it with a rug.
Yeah, and it's a way to kind of connect everything, because sometimes you've got a lot of little things and that, so we'll do that quite a bit, where we'll hang a big rug on the wall and then hang everything on it and off of it a little bit.
It gives kind of an interesting canvas for it.
Right.
Do we have any other shots? Did we just have the bedroom and the main room?
I think that's the
I think it's a perfect example of taking, you've taken these things and repurposed them. I think that is the true test of having a talent for design, is being able to take something and make it look different.
Well, and that's kind of what we feel like our responsibility is to take what you have and then add to whatever is necessary to give an aesthetic, but make it your home and the things, And
that's what I love about
it was that way, because she had a pile of things, said, can you use these somehow?
Yeah.
Or, these are things that mean something, and so it was taking a lot of that and and blending it into.
That's what I love about your place too, is that it doesn't have to cost you millions of dollars to redo an entire room if you can repurpose some of the pieces.
Right,
Gary,
exactly.
thanks for being here. Always love your tips.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, if you'd like more details from Gary Riggs, check out his website at GaryRiggsHome.com. He has 2 locations, one off of Alpha Road and the other off on Preston Road, both of them in Dallas. Beautiful showrooms. If you'd like to call him, the numbers are listed right there. We also have all his information on our website.